Over the years, I've often been asked by buyers coming into my office, what's a good business to buy? And that's a really loaded question. Most brokers will respond with what their personal preferences are, so I'm hesitant to give an answer. Instead, I prefer to talk about generalities and what things make up fundamentals to mitigate the risk. So the simplest answer to this question is a business that makes money and one where the sellers can prove the numbers. Apart from that, there are several things you should look for. Number one, longevity. I like a business that's been around a long time, one that's gone through more than one cycle, say a year or two. That doesn't mean that a business that's been around for a year or two is a bad opportunity. It just means that it hasn't stood the test of time. Number two, an established industry. Look for a business that's not a flash in the pan. If you go over the last 10 years, there have been instances where businesses have popped and come to market. At present, I like to think of the yogurt craze. You see one, and then all of a sudden there's 3 to 4 yogurt shops within a stone's throw distance of the original. That business will eventually go away. We want to see a business that's been around for a long, long time, is consistent, where consumers need to use it. Number three, money's flowing. I don't personally like businesses that have single transactions that drive the majority of the revenue. Just like when you're analyzing a business to make sure that there isn't a concentration of customers, so too should you make sure that there isn't a concentration of transactional dollar revenue. The more money that's flowing through it, the better it is. The higher transaction rate, the less risk involved. High margins, thin's not in. Slim margins that rely on volume are vulnerable to large losses. Even a slight increase in the cost of goods can have a significant impact upon a business's gross margins, subsequently their profits. Think about any vehicle-related business or route-related businesses dependent upon fuel. We see now a normalcy of fluctuation in fuel rates from $3 to $4 in a 2-month time frame. That can have significant impacts upon a business's gross margins. Number five, outside sales potentials. Businesses that rely upon local traffic and traffic that drives by, or traffic that is concentrated in a local area, has an established limit to its gross sales volume. I prefer businesses where you can step outside of a geographical area through networking, distance, creative marketing through the internet to expand your sales platform. If you think about a restaurant, generally their concentration of customers is going to be within a 3 to 5 mile radius. Rarely do restaurants, other than significant destination type entities that have very, very high transaction values, draw revenues and really scale their revenues over time. Number six, a proven business model. Buy into a successful business model. It's as simple as that. I do like franchises, not all of them, and I do like businesses that have proven it. Not everything can be recreated, and not every entrepreneur can bring change to make a business model different. Here's number seven. It thrives on your talents and won't suffer from your weaknesses. Look for a business that your skills and talents are going to enhance the existing operation, and your weaknesses, and this is the tough part, you have to recognize what your weaknesses are. Recognize that those weaknesses are not going to hurt the business. In other words, if there's employees in there who have better skills and talents than you do in certain categories, say like in marketing, recognize that you need to retain those people and keep them. There's a great book by a guy by the name of Richie Parker called How to Buy a Good Business for a Great Price, and it delves into that topic in great detail. The next one is having a passion for the business. You got to love what you do and have a passion for it, and your employees should see you being happy in it. If tough times come and you're not liking what you're doing, the money's not going to be enough to keep you involved, and the business will suffer. And finally, does it pass the smell test? Oftentimes, if it's too good to be true, it is. No business is without errors, issues, or opportunities for improvement. In 8 years of selling transactions and hundreds of deals done, there has never been a perfect deal. Understand that going in as a buyer. Recognize that your talents can make it better, and view everything realistically. If you're looking for perfection and no risk, entrepreneurship is probably not for you. Thanks. Feel free to visit my site for more information at www.businessesforsaleorlando.com or www.tworld.com.